Namaste children, welcome back to last session of our block 3, that is adaptations in different plants, where you came across aquatic plants, insectivorous plants, non-green plants and their unique adaptations to survive betterly in that habitat. So now the last topic, that is your modified roots. So in these modified roots, at first let us see the keywords. The first keyword, that is your adaptation. The word adaptation, adaptation, adaptation. And the second keyword, that is your modification. Modification means change. modification. The second keyword is your modification. So before knowing about different modifications in the roots, let us first learn about root systems and root parts. Okay, so the first one, that is root systems. So in all the plants, if you will see, we will find two different types of root systems. One is your taproot system and second one is fibrous root system. So in taproot system, if you will observe clearly, you will find a center mother root will be there, and from the mother root small hair like root hairs that will arise. Whereas your fibrous root system, when you will notice, from the bottom of the stem, means at a single point from the bottom of the stem, all the root hair like structures, they will start arising. So in fibrous root system, you will not find any mother root, you will not find any main root. All the roots that are spreaded in the soil, that are arising out from a single point, that too from the bottom of the stem. Whereas in taproot system, if you will notice, you will first find that from the bottom of the stem, a main root will arise, and now the lateral roots and root hairs will arise from the main root. Okay. So now these particular root systems are even interconnected with your venation. So what is venation? You people know that in a leaf, the center thick line is your midrib, and from the midrib small thin lines that are arising towards the lamina part. So these are called your veins. So arrangement of veins in the leaf, it is called your venation. So the venation, it is little bit interconnected with your root systems. If any plant is having taproot system, that time definitely in their leaves we will say reticulate venation is seen. Reticulate venation means veins are completely scattered all over the lamina and form a network-like structure. That venation we are calling as a reticulate venation. We'll observe that in majority of plants like your hibiscus, rose, jasmine, all the plants, we will observe reticulate venation. So taproot system plants always and always exhibit a reticulate venation. Whereas the fibrous root system plants, if you will notice, the fibrous root system plants always they will show a parallel venation. Means the veins that are completely parallel to each other. They will not form any framework like grass, rice. These are some of the plants where you will see a fibrous root system with a parallel venation. Yes. So we came to know till now about different types of root systems that are present in the plants. One as a taproot system and the second one as a fibrous root system. In the taproot system, we have a main root, and from the main root lateral roots and root hairs will start arising. Whereas in the fibrous root system, at the single point at the bottom of the stem, all the root hair like structures that are arising, that is your fibrous root system. So now let us mainly focus on the root parts. So now the entire region of the root, it is mainly categorized into 4 different parts. The first part, this entire part we are calling as region of maturation, where all your root hairs are present. It is a part which is spreaded into the soil, deeply penetrated into the soil and absorbing the nutrients. As the root hairs are present here in this region of maturation, this particular region, it helpful in the absorption of nutrients from the soil. So now after region of maturation, now the second part, that is region of elongation. What is the second part? This is your region of elongation. This is the part which helps in the growth of the root towards the downward side. And the third part, that is your region of meristematic activity, or in your textbooks it is given as region of cell division, where the new cells that are forming. At last, the important part, that is your root cap, which helps in the growth of the plant and it deeply penetrates into the soil. So these are the four different regions that we will observe in roots. So now let us exactly move what we want to learn, that is your modified roots. So first of all, observe these pictures, children. Observe these pictures carefully. You will find generally a carrot, beetroot, potatoes, that you will find a money plant, parasitic plants, banyan plants. These are some different plants that were growing in our surroundings. Have a clean observation of those plants and let us start our class. So now, when you will observe these plants, sometimes you will find that the roots that are present in these plants are completely changing their structure, they're completely changing their function. Such plants where the roots are completely changed in their structure and even their function, that plants we are calling, that type of roots we are calling them as a modified roots. Yes, so here when you will observe the modified roots, okay children. So children, on your screen you are able to see two vegetables. One is your carrot, second is beetroot, and even you will find a radish also, that you are taking that root or particular vegetables from the soil. Okay, so did any time you notice that on this radish and carrot, small hair-like structures that are present, that are nothing but your roots? Okay, so in modified roots, the first turn of modified roots, that is your storage roots. What is the first one? That is your storage roots. So in some plants, the excess food material, it is stored in the roots. So due to which the thin root hair like structures, lateral roots, everything that will completely get swollen up, they will modify their structure and even they are doing additional function, that is storage of the food material. Such type of roots where the food material it is stored in their roots, it's called your storage roots. Examples are your sweet potato, radish, beetroot, carrot. All these are the very good examples of storage roots. So now after that, after the storage roots, if you will find another type of roots, modified roots, that is your parasitic roots. The another type of modified roots, what we are calling these roots as parasitic roots. So parasitic roots we even learnt in our LP3. The modified roots in the parasitic plants, parasitic roots are even called as Hasturias. Very good. Yes. So the modified roots are called as Hasturias. So here if you will observe, yes, so this is the host plant. This is the host plant. Now the parasitic root, that is your Hasturia. Remember this word Hasturia, children. It is even followed till your 10th class and even further. So that Hasturias, these Hasturias, they will generally roots means brownish in color growing inside the soil. But in parasitic plants, as it is a totally non-green plant, it is depending on other plant. So now these Hasturias, they are completely encircling the another plant and deeply penetrating into that plant's stem. So here what all the yellow color structures you are able to see, these yellow color structures, all these are the Hasturias. See, you can see they are completely encircling the host plant. Host plant means the plant which is giving shelter to these Hasturias. And now these Hasturias, they are encircling the host plant and deeply penetrating into them and absorbing all the nutrients from the host plant. In return, they even damage the host plant. Sometimes they even kill the host plant. So here the modified roots, we are calling it as a Hasturias. So Hasturias are another modified roots which are seen in parasitic plants, which are encircling the host plant and absorbing the nutrients from the host plant. Okay, so now the third type of modified roots that we will observe, that is your nitrogen fixing roots. Some of the plants like your green peas, beans, some legume plants, that time if you will groundnut, yes, these are some of the plants. When you will take out the plant along with the root, you will find that the root is having some swollen areas like this. So these we are saying as a root nodules. What we are calling them? We are calling them as a root nodules. So your nitrogen fixing roots, they are having a root nodules, and inside these root nodules some specified bacteriums are present, which we are calling as a nitrogen fixing bacteria, that are called your nitrogen fixing bacteria. So now these nitrogen fixing bacteria, they are helpful to plant in very much. Yes. So how they are helpful? Plant always needs nitrogen for its growth, because nitrogen helps in the formation of new leaves. So as many as leaves plant can grow that much fastly. Such a nitrogen generally it is present in the atmosphere, but unfortunately plant cannot take the atmospheric nitrogen. So now these nitrogen fixing bacteriums, like one example here I am saying rhizobium, another one is your Azotobacter. These are the commonly seen nitrogen fixing bacteriums, rhizobium and Azotobacter. So now these nitrogen fixing bacteriums, they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. So when they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil, so the plant is easily uptake that nitrogen present in the soil. So in return they are helping the plant. So nitrogen fixing roots are another specialized roots, modified roots that are seen in plants like legume families, where the root contains some root nodules which are the swollen zones, where inside that you are having a nitrogen fixing bacteria which always and always supplies, fixing the atmospheric nitrogen and supplying to the plant. And even these bacteriums are getting shelter mutually. The plant and the bacteriums, they are getting beneficial to each other. So such a modified roots here, these are called your nitrogen fixing roots. So now after nitrogen fixing roots, the third type of roots, modified roots, if you will see, these modified roots, we are calling it as a climbing roots. Especially in case of your money plant, we will see the climbing roots. So now in climbing roots, these roots, the stem is very slender, very weak. So that modified roots, they are present here, which helps in the climbing of this plant stem to its support. Let's have a quick look how the climbing root helps to climb up the support. You can check here children how the climbing roots, they are helping in the climbing of the plant by simply encircling her by taking the support of the sticks here. So this is your climbing roots which are always helping in the plant to climb up to its support. Okay, so now after this climbing roots, now the turn is your prop roots, which in general you will see in the banyan plant. So banyan plant, if you will observe the prop roots, they are growing downwards from the branches, they are growing downwards. So these prop roots are the roots that are grown in plants like your banyan, sometimes your sugarcane, because these plants needs an extra support, anchoring. These prop roots, we can say, that is helpful in anchoring the plant, means giving an extra support to the plant, because banyan plant, it's a very huge tree. It's not a plant, it's a very huge tree. So definitely it needs a support. Such an extra support that is given by the prop roots that are growing from the branches and going towards down. Even in the sugarcane, and you will see the sugarcane, the stem is storing food material, so it needs an extra support. That's what sugarcane, if you will see with the stem, small roots, they will start arising from it. Okay, so we have completed all the 4 different types of modified roots that are given in your textbook. Now let's open workbook, page number 15. From your workbook, open page number 15. So here let's see the first question. Here the first question is, there are three pictures given. Write the types of modified roots shown in the pictures. The first one is your radish. So the modified root is the storage root. Now the second one is your money plant. There the modified root is the climbing root. The third one is your banyan. It's a prop root. Okay. So here you are going to write a storage root, it's a climbing root, and it's a prop root. Okay. So after that, let's see the second question. Complete the table, write the adaptations of the following modified roots. The first one is your banyan tree. Yes. What is the adaptation here? A plant is in banyan tree, the modified roots are the prop roots, which helps in the anchoring the plant. Okay. The second one is an ivy plant. Ivy plant contains climbing roots which are helping in climbing its support. The third one is pea plant. The modified roots here are called nitrogen fixing roots which are helping in fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil and supplying to the plant. Okay children. Now the third question, what will happen to a banyan tree and an ivy plant if they do not have the special features such as their modified roots? So if a banyan tree don't have the prop roots, that time anchoring or support, extra support, it will not be given to the banyan tree and tree cannot stand erect. It will fall down. Whereas in ivy plant, if the climbing roots are not present, it cannot climb its support. It have to crawl on the land which is not even possible to it. So it too can't exist. Okay children. So now after completing your worksheet, try to complete the practice questions from your textbook page number 22. From your textbook page number 22, try to complete your practice questions. And now let's have a quick look on a small video. Okay children.
Are modified for different functions. Storage roots store extra food that plants make. Parasitic roots penetrate the host. Nitrogen fixing roots make the soil fertile. Climbing roots help plants climb on support. Prop roots give extra support to the stem.
Okay children, after watching the video, complete your worksheet page number 15 and complete the practice questions from your textbook page number 22. Okay children, thank you so much.